Hello and welcome to the island with me, BonBonB. I'm BonBonB, you're very welcome. Yes, this is my very own city build on my very own map build, Bonbon Island. The link to the map and any new mods or assets that we use in today's show will be in the description. Now we're sticking to a roughly base game style play, what with staying within the start square for now at the very least, and unlocking one or two mods or assets every single episode, so it's not too overwhelming for anybody new to modding. Now we are staying within the start square, so things like the water pollution out there in the ocean, that's because we haven't unlocked the area that I want to put the water treatment facility yet, so that is a temporary stopgap, and we'll be using temporary stopgaps throughout the early episodes. The power station needs a bit of detailing, but we'll be coming back to that at a later episode. Today we're going to be making a pollution barrier. We've got a big residential area up there at the top, we've got industrial areas down here at the bottom, and then this space in the middle, well, that's going to be mostly offices and so forth. And that's what we're going to be concentrating on doing today, filling out that area with something just a little bit more interesting than blank land. So let's have a little look at where we are at the moment and what we're going to be doing today. Settle the camera down. So we're going to start off with a little bit of commercial along by the railway station, because that makes sense. Other side of the railway station, I think we could do with a little bit of extra parking for all those commuters. Of course, the commuters, we're going to be placing a office plaza in that little block area there, and that little triangular space up by the highway, I feel we could put some civic services and a little bit of extra office buildings in there as well. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Let's start off with this commercial run. We're going to be using Find It, which I have introduced you in the past, and we're going to be placing some slightly larger units than we were putting down the residential stretch. All of these are 100% vanilla, which I'll be shifting into place using Move It. So yes, I'm really happy with the look of this city so far. The road layout feels very organic, and that's the look that I was going for. And of course, as it grows and expands, we may suffer a little bit of traffic chaos. But I'm hoping not. I am thinking that the layout that I have got for the city is quite accommodating, and there's not going to be too much traffic going through any particular area. Hopefully not, anyway. We will of course be using a little bit of public transport as well. I'm thinking about a bus depot in the next episode, I believe, maybe the one after that, but yeah, a bus depot and setting up our first bus routes. So if bus routes and routing is new to you, then that will definitely be the episode to come and join in. Oh look, it's Andy's bowling alley. Perfect, thanks Andy. You bowled us all over. And the Jubilee, and I think they look very generic. That'll do. Now I'm using the prop line tool here to pop in some fences along the back here. I think I've yet to link in the prop line tool. Probably something I should be doing, if not in this episode, maybe the next one. If I haven't done so already, I'll have to check my notes. Yeah, I think a big old fence along the back here, right by the railway, stop anybody from wandering out the back of these industrial units onto the rail line. I think that makes a bit of sense. And look, it almost perfectly lines up with the end of the platform. Oh, that'll do. Thank you very much. Using Surface Painter again just to extend the concrete along to the rail. That looks do. That looks do. There's a word. Right, okay, so we have this office plaza. Now, I have mentioned it before. This is very much a one-way system that you can't really see because I've hidden a little bit of one way under those two crosswalks at the bottom there. Traffic can only travel from right to left, not from left to right. So anything coming from across the little old bridge across the river, it won't shortcut through our office area. All I'm at the moment is plopping down some buildings, trying to see what would fit the aesthetic vibe for the area. And then we'll move things around using Move It and just like tuck things. Maybe use copy and paste. Now, how are we going to make all of this lot work? The middle section here, we will be placing a vanilla plaza unit or two just to fill that up, giving all the office workers from this area somewhere to go during their lunch breaks. And maybe I think we'll leave a bit of spare ground around the outside as well, a green area for people that don't want to sit in the plaza. They can go around the back and sit on a little bit of grass and have their sandwiches. What else? Yeah, well, I haven't worked in an office since I was 17. I don't know what people have while they're on their lunch breaks when they come out of offices, but I would imagine sandwiches is still a very popular thing. And we're not too far from the shops down by the railway station as well, so they wouldn't have too far to walk to be able to access that. And of course, being so close to the railway station will mean they'll be able to get to and from work pretty easy, especially if we make sure that we put in bus services as well, so people wanting to come to work here from the residential block behind can just take a quick trip around. Probably even, I know people are going to suggest, why don't you put a footpath through? Do you know what? I think that's a very good idea. Thanks for shouting that one out. I know you haven't yet, but I know you will be. I think we will put a footpath through from the residential, through those trees, just to connect up with the back of here. Again, it'll take a little bit of traffic off of our road network, because our road network is definitely not going to be the most efficient road network that there ever was. Oh, I like the idea of some small ones here. Hang on, let's see what we've got. Something low. Oh, I like this. Yes, these are perfect. We'll align those up facing towards the plaza, and let's see how it looks around the back. If it looks a bit clunk, I like that. Yes. I'm very happy. Sometimes these vanilla assets, they just look perfect. I like the look around the back as well. That all works very neatly indeed. We'll probably put down a few extra props down there as well when we get to it. Anyway, now we're having this parking area. We're using Parking Lots Roads by Baddy Deer. Now, I do have a tutorial for this. I know I have, because it's my most watched video on the channel. If you've not seen it yet, I highly recommend it. If you've not idea how to play about with Parking Lots Roads, which is going to be new to somebody, I feel. And I'm just going to, again, I'm using Move It here for tweaking and refining purposes. We'll find a way of making this look quite aesthetically, curving with the road as well. It's going to be difficult to actually get the parking bays to... Parking bays are really designed to be square, you know, right angles, and all these curves are going to play havoc with the parking bays, trying not to get underneath the end of the rail line there as well. We'll find a way. Where there's a will, there's somebody firing at him. Poor old Will. Anyway, yes, this is my my first parking lots in the city. What do I think about a cut through? I'm not liking the cut through. Okay, we'll ignore the cut through. We don't really need the cut through. It's only a simple parking lot anyway. So yes, one side of this we've got parking on both sides. The other side of it will be parking on just the one side. And we'll be using the similar parking on only one side system for around the back of the office plazas a little bit later on. Now what you see here is me deciding not to use blockable asphalt, not today anyway. This will be a surface painted job. I do have some plans for blockable asphalt, so yes, if that's a new thing to you, they will be popping up in a later episode. Meanwhile, I knew that was going to be a little bit of a problem with the larger units for the parking bays, so all of the parking bays will be filled in with these smaller ones, and it'll just enable us to more closely match the curve. That's the plan anyway. Now, the big problem that my little city is going to have in the very near future is with regards to education. Education. You see, I've just plopped down some offices, and we've also got that smoky factory, and both of those are going to require some more highly educated people. And right now, we have 4 elementary schools. I think it's 4, it might be 5, but 4 elementary schools and that 1 high school. That is not going to do the job, and we're going to end up with lots of very unhappy offices that cannot recruit enough highly educated staff. Now, I have got a plan for a campus, and the campus area is just outside of our start square, which is a bit inconvenient. Yes, I could unlock the start square and we can go and do the campus right now. There's nothing to stop me from doing that, but I do want to continue working on the start square area until we've more or less filled it up, and then we will expand out. That's the plan. So what we'll be doing is we'll plop down the vanilla university, and we'll do that currently where we have the vanilla police station, the vanilla fire service, the vanilla medical centre, because we're going to be moving those today to the new civic area. So moving them out of the way will give us a bit of space. It'll only be a temporary fit because the plan for that area is for I would say county hall. I was going to say city hall, but it's more of a county hall, and just like have the old building along there, and just to do a little bit of parkifying of that area. But for now we'll plop not now, but the next episode we'll be plopping down the university around that side, just the other side of those trees there on our left as we look at it. Now, around the back of these office areas, these guys are going to need parking. And for those people that don't want to walk to work or take the train, definitely got to provide parking for them as well. And these are parking lots roads. Again, this is a variant of them. We were using the damaged roads at the railway station, and I'm feeling that this is more of a newer build office area. So the roads around here will be newer and cleaner and darker and less damaged. That's the thought process anyway. Thing is, I need a bit more room. So we're going to drag back that exterior road as well, which I still need to upgrade away from network extensions 2. I have the alternative in hand, I just haven't got around to actually physically doing it, but it is something that will be done. So yes, we will link up footpaths between these parking lots and through to the plaza so that people parking their cars can just nip straight through and get to work real easy. And then we've got a really awkward gap in the middle here. So awkward, I managed to actually delete the entire parking lot road network itself when I was just trying to delete the decal. These things happen, okay? These things just happen. But when you're filling a gap that shape, it's very awkward. And I did toy with filling it with planters, but you know what? This isn't a top detail build. This is all about the shape and the organic look to the city. And in terms of fine detailing, I'm falling just short of that because there are players out there, creators out there who have got a much sharper eye for detail than I have, and possibly than you have, possibly. I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the finesse detailing shows to those the likes of the amazing Strict Toaster. Who doesn't like Strict Toaster? Go on, put your hand up. See, there's not one of you. Not one. I can't see a single hand raised. So yes, I'll leave the pretty builds to him, and I'm going more for the organic build and introducing you to mods and assets that maybe you wouldn't have tried without somebody showing you first of all. We'll be doing a little bit of, look at the prop work around the back here. Look at that, and maybe one this way as well, and that's good enough. This is going to definitely be, I think this is definitely going to be a city build where good enough is actually going to be good enough. A nice clean line there using the network, and I'd like to just have a spot where I can put a tree without wasting a unit on the planter, but I don't think there's going to be a way around that one. In the middle, I did say we're going to be using vanilla plazas in the middle, and you know what? How quick and easy was that? Pretty dang easy is the answer, of course. So anyway, we've plopped down a couple of those vanilla plazas, and the problem with the vanilla plazas is not that they're vanilla, it's they have vanilla trees on them, and vanilla trees are not the best. So we're going to go about upgrading those with another little mod that I really highly recommend. This one, Bob, the Tree and Prop Replacer by Algernon. It's a really simple mod. All you do is you choose the asset, you open up the mod itself, and you choose the replacement prop or asset. It's that simple. It's really simple. In fact, I should probably do a very simple and quick tutorial for it. That's how simple it is. Algernon, one of the understated stars of the workshop. Understated because modders are really easy to overlook. We see a lot of new assets and maps and such. Creating a mod isn't always that easy, and so producing high turnover mods is never going to be something we're going to see a lot of. Even the early work from bloody Penguin, there was a limit to the amount that they could do. But anyway, yes, we'll be seeing a whole bunch of new mods in the coming months, thanks to Harmony, which is enabling people to be a lot more creative than they ever were before. Anyway, I'm loving that plaza, really happy with the way that it's turning out. I'll do a little bit of minor detailing around the outside. People can have their sandwiches around on the grassy area behind, or they go and sit in the plaza out the front, depending on what's got the better phone signal, I guess. We'll be doing more work to the high school in another week or so. I'm not sure exactly when we're going to get to that. I think we will do some detailing around the parking lot though. What to do around here? Are we going to work with these rocks, or should we go with hedges, or should we go with bushes or fences? Do you know what? I think we will hedge it up with some bushes, a line of bushes. I'm going to hand place those ones. It'll give us a little bit more realism than a perfect line that you would get from the prop line tool. There's the vanilla statue. Everybody loves the vanilla statue, and I think we're going to find a way of making this become part. I may change the work that I do here. I'm not massively sold on the end result that we get here. It's going to do. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's certainly not the worst detailing, but again, sticking 100% vanilla assets for it, just to see what I could come up with on the quick. And what I came up with was that. That's all right. Maybe 1 or 2 extra trees around the outside, possibly. And also moving the trees off the roads that I completely forgot were still there. Right, so I think, yeah, 1 or 2 extra trees into this area to gardenify it, if there's such a word as gardenify. I think that's not too bad. Not too bad. And you can get a view of the statue from the road behind as well, which is neat. And then on to our second office and civic area. So we got our civic buildings here, the police station, the hospital, the fire station, and well, I've gone with the HQs for the fire station and the police station, but I'm sticking with the small clinic for the health services for now. We may pop in extra services or even a big hospital somewhere else on the map, but again, for what we're working with at the moment, I think this is going to do absolutely fine. We will find a way of connecting the outflow of traffic here to a second location, so that maybe the fire trucks don't have to go all the way around the block to get around to the industrial park, or maybe even pop down a second fire station, probably actually near the power station. I think it makes sense for the power station to have an inbuilt fire department, and so we'll probably have one over there. So I'll see how we can go about that a bit later on. Anyway, just plopping down some more office buildings around here, just to bring this area to life a little bit more. And this little road here that I'm using currently for plopping, we'll be utilising that for the university, a temporary holding site for the university, which I previously mentioned. Meanwhile, I think we just get these at a pleasing angle. I think that kind of works. We'll do a little bit more work around here just to get the whole thing like knitted together, and probably find another parking lot in this area here for people visiting the hospital, and maybe even the surgeons. They've got to park somewhere while they're working, haven't they? So yes, the all told, I'm feeling that this office area, which was absolutely required, is looking a lot nicer now, and definitely needed to fill the gap between the industrial and the residential blocks. It was just looking a little bit sad for itself, this area, with nothing on it. So now we've got this done. The civic area, which was going to be across the road from here, that is going to become the county hall, or the town hall, I guess. And we'll be doing a bit of work to that in the next week or two as well, to fill out that area. I'll have a bit of fun with maybe some park life assets. Maybe. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, so what is next? I think we need to just do a little bit of a parking bay area around here for these office buildings. And we've got a little bit of networking glitching through the underside here. So I'm just going to do a bit of work. If we can move those networks closer to the buildings, and we'll find the middle ground. There's going to be a middle ground somewhere. I think that middle ground is the tetchy part of this game, and you've got to love it. We never had these problems before Move It. I blame Move It for all of these things. Glitching like this, never an issue, because the game just wouldn't allow it, full stop. And then when we start breaking the physics of the game, that is where we start getting all of this fanarchy going on. Do like a bit of fanarchy. Right, have we got a planter that we can plop down? So do a little bit of decorating. Maybe one of those over there. Maybe one, same one over here. Open that up, close that down. And maybe have one over that side as well. It's alright, I think. Sort of. Probably going to do some sort of road around the back of here though. And we'll connect that up around the back of the industrial, but not directly to the industrial, because I don't want fire services and police services cutting through the dirt track. I really want them going around the potato about. If there's anything we can do, we've got to use that potato about. It's probably going to clog up. I don't plan for it to clog up, but it's probably going to clog up at some point with the amount of traffic that we're putting through it. But there's not going to be too much in the way of through traffic, so it might be okay. Going to juggle things. If it doesn't work, then we'll find another solution. But I think we're probably going to be okay. And this road here, we'll find in the next episode or two a way of connecting that under the flyovers and down onto the main circuit, because I think it just has to be done. Has to be done. Oh, come on, trying to get these clean edges. That's a clean edge. I'll deal with that. Do you know what? I'm going to use that to fill the gap. There we go. And more bushes and hedges across there. I'm going to move these a bit closer to the road as well, so they're not growing out of concrete. That'll do. That'll do. It's good enough. It's definitely a good enough build, I feel. Anyway, that is going to do for this week. That is good enough for this week, absolutely. When you come back next time, we're going to start progressing the city. We're going to need the county hall, which is going to go on that green patch in the top left-hand corner of your screen right now. So that is to come. Going to start providing transport services and solutions as well, starting off with buses. And we'll put down our first bus route as well. And we'll see, people are already coming to this office area. We're going to have to definitely provide a university as well, because we're going to have problems. We're going to have definite education problems in that area. And down here as well, we're going to have a lot of highly educated positions opening up in both of our new office areas. Right, that's it. We've made it to the end of another show. Thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. I've been BonBonB. You've been very, very welcome. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so, the notification bell if you really want to be notified, the like button if you enjoyed the show and got to this point, and thank you to everybody who joined me live for the premiere. It's been great chatting with you. I'll see you again next week on Friday, UK 6 PM. Thanks for watching, have a great week, and I'll see you very, very soon.